Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Once again, let's talk about racism. Remember what y'all said? That when Barack Obama became president, that racism was over because we had a black president, and all of us looked at y'all like y'all were crazy. Then when Donald Trump becomes president, all of a sudden, racism has just came back out of hibernation. Like, what? Anyway, so today a story comes out in the U.S. Sun, and it's about a racist incident at of all places, a high school graduation. So let's go ahead and get into it so we can break it down, why don't we? This is from, like I said, thesun.com, and it reads, class riot. Baraboo High School graduation erupts in chaos as dad storms stage to stop daughter from shaking administrator's hand. A father storms the stage of his daughter's graduation to prevent her from shaking hand with a black superintendent. Amazing. Living in Texas, we always get this stigma or stereotype that all the states in the South are more racist than the North. Because remember, the North was, the Union troops, and they fought to free the slaves. So, and then when slaves were running away from the plantation, they all went up north. Some went to Mexico, but we're not gonna get into that. But yeah, they all went up north because that's where they could work and be free and do, But what's amazing is, if you look and watch the news lately, especially the last few years, it seems to me the majority of the racist activities and incidents happen up north. Philadelphia, Boston, New York, and right here in Wisconsin, in a school called Baraboo. Blatant racism on a graduation stage. Now, I did a video on a couple of guys brothers fighting at a graduation, and I'm like, that was despicable. So I definitely should have the same smoke for a freaking parent who racism is so deep that he couldn't even allow his daughter to enjoy her moment. But anyway, let's read it. It says the father of a graduate at Baraboo High School in Wisconsin rushed to the stage as his daughter was walking across to receive her diploma and forcibly pushed the district's superintendent away from the ceremony as she approached him. The father appears to not have wanted his daughter to shake the hand of Rainey Briggs, a black man and superintendent of the district, which has caused an uproar online. In a disturbing video obtained by a local independent affiliate W.R.T.H, the man, whose name was not released by police in order to protect the identity of the graduate, that's sad, man, can be heard saying, "That's my daughter and I don't want her touching him." Now, this is an instance where you can say, man, it's 2024. How they still got people that are racist? But I've told y'all in many a video, my mother has told me about stories of her growing up in a little small town in Arkansas and how she dealt with racism and prejudice, and, white folks tell them they're not going to be this, that, and the other. And while I'm listening to her, I'm thinking to myself, well, if she's telling me these stories, that means the people who were racist towards her, including her classmates and teachers, those people are still alive too. And so they're telling their stories and teaching their ways to their kids. So their kids are probably about my age, maybe a little older, a little younger. And shoot, this girl has just graduated. I got my youngest daughter, might have graduated like a couple years ago. So around about the same, so that dad is probably around about my age, give or take, anywhere from 35 to 50. And which means, like I said, that those racist people are teaching their kids and their grandkids their racist ways. So racism is not going anywhere anytime soon. Understand that. So for people who try to say that we make it all about race, hell, it is. And the thing about, let me keep going. But this dude said he don't want his daughter. So my question is this, sir. Here's what I got. Because I don't understand. If you that doggone racist and you knew, well, you should have known the superintendent was black because your daughter is going to school. You should know every aspect of her education and everybody who teaches it. Because if you that doggone racist, you definitely should have known that superintendent was black. You should have known when that graduation started that the man standing up there was a superintendent and he was black. Before your daughter even got up to that stage, you should have known that superintendent was black. So the question is, number one, once your racist, ignorant self knew all this, knew your daughter was going to school probably with black kids, why didn't you just homeschool her? You could have did the perfect and the best thing and just homeschool her, right? So she could, so she wanted to deal with black people. Or you could have had her, go to school with nothing but white people, got into private school and went to school with majority of white people. You would have to deal with this. But no, you were too sorry, you were too lazy to get your daughter out of that environment, that dangerous environment, that environment that, that's unbecoming of civilized people. You should have got her up out of there, right? But no, you did not. But you were so, I'm gonna say this, this guy was so selfish. I don't even want to talk to him, I just want to talk in general. This guy was so selfish that he couldn't even allow his daughter to enjoy. He embarrassed his child in front of now the world because, this has been put on the internet, on the World Wide Web. So now the whole world sees it. But this ignorant fool, this idiot, ruined his daughter's. Your child only graduates once. So many people do it. So many people don't get to do it. But she has one chance to graduate. And you can see in the video that her demeanor just changed, like automatically, like went from so happy, ready to shake the man's hand to utter disgust and embarrassment because your father did this on your graduation day. What the hell they gonna do on your wedding day if you hire Negro servers? What is he gonna do then? They try to hand you food. Is he gonna slap the food out their hand? He was then removed from school property by police and charged with disorderly conduct, which is probably like a misdemeanor, got a little fine, but the way he looked, he may not have a whole lot of money, so he might not be able to afford. I'm not gonna stereotype the man. This adult felt emboldened to behave in the way in front of hundreds of students and other adults should deeply trouble us all. This type of behavior will not be tolerated, the school said in a statement. Man, not tolerated. He already did it. And where the hell was the police at when you saw this man walking up there? How come they didn't spear this dude as soon as he hit the stage? That's what you're supposed to do. He shouldn't even got close to the stage. So police, y'all did a terrible job. No employee of the school district should fear for their physical safety when fulfilling their job duties or at any other time. Some of the comments on X, formerly Twitter, believe there may be more to the story, but it appears that the majority of people agree this was a clear racist attack. Most sympathize with not just Superintendent Briggs, but the daughter too. Many which say she looked horrified after seeing what her father did. Disgusting. I feel terrible for the superintendent to experience this level of blatant racism. Let's go back to the say maybe more to the story. So what could it possibly be? Let's be the devil's advocate. Let's say his daughter was having trouble getting through school, right? Maybe having issues and getting called to the office, maybe suspension, barely making grades. Let's just say for that sake, and he's trying to plead with the superintendent to, make sure, his daughter graduate, and the superintendent gave him hell. Okay, understood. Okay, let's say that was it. Okay, I can understand that. Let's say maybe it's even more deeper and him and the superintendent known each other. Or maybe he had issue with the superintendent with his other kids, or maybe even with himself. To where now it's like he don't want this man touching his daughter. Maybe the daughter said that the superintendent made her feel uncomfortable because he liked to shake hands and hug people. I don't know. But whatever it was, dude, before his daughter was ready to walk across that stage to go to graduation, instead of embarrassing her, he should have just told her she couldn't go. As simple as that. I mean, you got that much stupidity and you got that much power. You should have just told her she just couldn't go. And that would have just, she might have been pissed, but then she wouldn't have been embarrassed. I actually feel sorry for the daughter, read one comment. You can see the happiness just drained from her face, said another. Most people like to suggest that black people make everything about race, said Black history enthusiast and influencer, colorful story, 3 words. Oh, can't count, 3 words, in a reaction video of the incident. Here we are in 2024 where a white dad refuses to allow his white daughter to shake the hand of a black superintendent. So I'm just saying, even if it's not racist, dude, the aesthetics of this is terrible. This is not a good look. I hope you are planning on talking to your supervisors and maybe copping some kind of deal so we can get a severance pay to be able to leave, because your career, wherever you work, is probably over. Unless you own your own business, whatever. Sad to see we still got to deal with this stuff in this day and age. Read one comment. She also says she hopes Briggs presses further charges, saying it needs to serve as a lesson to the racist bigots who still believe they have the power and the right to put their hands on black people. Might as well, because Karen will do it. Shoot, Karen will yell and press charges, and even if you just like look at her funny, she might as well. Because really the only way, I'm going to say, in this day and age in this country to actually deal with blatant racism is through people's pocketbooks. You can fight, you can delete a person, you can ignore a person, but the deletion is not necessary. Can't get that angry. Fighting might be necessary, but you shouldn't get that angry. That should be the last resort. Physical altercation should be the last means, last option. But what you do is, you want to hurt people real bad, you take their money. Period. You take their money from them. You just make sure that, they can't make a living, or if they make a living, they're going to be paying you and going to be paying lawyers for a long time to settle this case. And they ain't going to want that. They're going to be pissed off. You can do everybody like that, because as much as this is a racist country, capitalism is number one. Cash rules everything around everybody. It's a town history. Say this incident happened at the same high school that garnered national headlines in 2018 for a group photo of the senior class throwing Nazi salutes in the air at prom. Amazing. In fact, Baraboo High School has dealt with many instances in the face of hate in recent years. You know what? Real time. Let's look up Baraboo High School. I want to look up something. I really do. I want to look up something. Let's get some information here. Baraboo High School. Is there a a Google search that we can do? Wikipedia, Here we go. Wikipedia. I want to see. It's in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Serves more than 900 students. 900. That's we had that's like 1/4 of the size of my high school. In grades 9 through 12 from Baraboo, West Baraboo, North Freedom, and portions of Lake Delta. The school colors are blue and gold. When does it say the school was established in? Dang, 1869 was school. I'm trying to see the demographics, like really. See if they have it. I don't see it. I don't see the demographics, because I wanted to see how many black and white and other students are in the school. Let's see. Maybe it'll, let me try one more thing. Demographics. Let's try one more thing here. How many students does Baraboo have? Baraboo, it has 992 students. Teacher ratio 13.8 to 1. That's pretty good. 13. Let's see, what percentage of female? 49% of female, 51% of male. Let's say 32.9% of students are eligible to participate in the federal free and reduced meal program. Okay, so they got plenty of people that don't have a lot of money. Oh, here we go. Pool school research. I'm trying to get to this real quick. Shoot. Students school overview population. Nah, grades it off. I'm trying to find. I say male, female. Rank. What did it say? Baraboo High School ranks in the bottom 50 of all 1,984 schools in Wisconsin, based off of a combined math and reading proficiency data. So they don't have, you say, a whole lot of intelligent people there. The diversity score of Baraboo High School is 0.35, which is less than the diversity score of state average of 0.51. Okay, test rankings. Oh, you're terrible. Let's see, bottom 50% math score. This school is 31%, state level 30. So Wisconsin just don't have a lot of good grades. Reading 31%, student, but the ratio is 13-1. So I don't understand that, because usually you like, shoot, somebody with only 13 students to one teacher, you should be really proficient in everything. You have no reason not to be learning. I don't give a doggone if you do live in a trailer park or not. So it had, okay. So here it is. This is what I was looking for. Baraboo has 80% white, 4% two or more races, 1% black, compared to the state average of 68% white and 9% black. So they have 80% white, 1% black, 10% Hispanic, 1% Asian, 4% American Indian, and 4% two or more races. So now I can see. I mean, it's making sense to me now. I can see why he can kind of be racist, because he's grown up around by nothing but a bunch of his own people. So hey, but good Lord, like I said, a bunch of his people. 80% of your school is white, and pretty much none of y'all can read or do math. So you can see why his racist ignorance, showed itself, because you got a superintendent black man standing up there, big black man in a suit and tie, looking suave and debonair, and you upset because your daughter graduated and he is the superintendent, black man, the superintendent. And you just, you're going to let your daughter shake everybody else's hand but his hand. Anyway, just letting y'all know, like I said, racism is still alive. So the question is what you're going to do about it. Ain't really much you can do about how somebody feel. It's something like I should tell my kids. I can't tell you, control how you feel, but I can dictate what you do most of the time in certain times. And this here is one of them instances also. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's dialogue. You know how we do it around here. Hey, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All four don't cost you anything but maybe a couple of minutes out of your day. If you do want to support monetarily, you can super thanks, super chat, or go to the description box. Click on the links in the descriptions, and there are ways you can support there. But with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.